Hello everyone, GShock here. Welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna have a look at January 2025 brand new GShock watches that Casio Japan already announced to be released. I'm not sure when that is, but I'll add that in the description box below. But first, I'm wearing my DW6300 series Master of the GShock side was over here, Frogman. Before the word Frogman even a thing. Back then it only says GShock on the watch bezel. Anyway, back to this watch down here. I already talked about these four models, which is the fine metallic series, so let's just skip through them to the next one on the list, which is a cheaper model. That's good. Now we have a GShock based on the G8010 in black out, also colored version. This is really similar to the one released back in August, and also a GD010 version as well. A quick side note. After like 5 months, I finally finished editing the video for my GD010. So, a quick spoiler, I wouldn't recommend you to get this negative display. This new one in negative display. Yeah, this is not the best. It is usable, but it's not the best. But if you like the color, it's entirely up to you. In this case, brown, and looks to me like a dark olive green. So it is good looking. Even the GA010 also good looking as well with that Cordura nylon strap. That looks really nice, man. But still, despite even the GA010 also comes in negative, I think it is still gonna be much more practical than one of these. Unless you're one of those guys who just anti-analog GShock. So anyway, entirely up to you guys. 17,050 yen. But roughly the exact same price point. There's also a new GShock watch coming out as well, featuring Japanese culture in its design, you know, like the Hanami, the Daruma, the Ninja model. So this is based on the artwork, the wave. Everybody knows this. When you see this drawing or this image, is everywhere. I'm not talking anything that is Japan related, mostly on the gift side of things. You're gonna see this wave image here. And now, finally, Casio are applying it on the GShock. And notice the band and bezel, all blacked out. They want you to focus just on the image alone. And if you turn on the LED backlighting, it says Nippon or Nihon, basically means Japan. And also, both of these watch will be made in Japan as well, which is a good thing for as a gift. I have a feeling this is made to the tourists who's visiting Japan right now, or even towards the Hanami season. When you saw one of this, yeah, it's a nice gift to pick up, especially if you buy one of these in their tax-free shop. This price might be cheaper, so there's that. Out of both of these, I would prefer to get the wave version. It is a bit more obvious. I mean, even from a distance you could tell right away. And this watch is good too, especially if you look at it with the box, so you could put it on display if you receive it as a gift, or if you can wear them. It is very basics, and plus the band bezel is just blacked out. You could beat the hell out of this thing and you could just replace it later on down the road without affecting the actual look of the watch, so that's good. Next up, we have a GMS 2110 series model, 3 colorway. It says 8 AJF, so it looks like black, but it's actually dark gray, I think. Don't confuse this with the GMS 2100. This is 2110, so it is different, whereas the sub dial is missing. Now, I did mention that I like a small size GShock these days, but this is still not for me. I think it is too small, so I'm just gonna stick with my standard size Casio, like this GM2100, or one of these if I feels like it. So personally, I'm not a big fan of this, but if you like one of these metal, small size, if you have a skinny wrist, you know what, this is a good watch to have. Next up, we have a GA2300MW. So they announced this one, if I'm not mistaken, back on December 2024. 3 models altogether, with the GAB001 and the GDB500, which feature this adapter, comes in fluorescent green colorway, and the band and bezel comes in, check the reference number, 8 AJF. So it is not white. White will be 7. It says here 8, meaning it is much more smoky shades of white, off-white, I think. So that makes it way better. I have a feeling it looks way better in person than it is over here. Regardless, I like the color accents, the contrast is just so. This watch is so cool. I guess that's the only word I could say about this thing. If you like the NDG, get one of these. I love the index marker, it shines, it's really obvious. The better one would be this guy, GAB001. I'll tell you guys why afterwards. And the next one, another options, is this guy over here. I like this one as well. I have one. Look, that's the adapter. I guess they are similar color, but this is green. This is fluorescent green. Much better. I'm probably gonna be getting rid of one of these. Also, I have to point out, the casing comes in black, alright? Not green as this. So this one is much more customizable. You know, I'm into one of these modding GShock trend, so yeah, this one is a lot better. Though that negative display, yeah, not gonna cut it, but because it is so plain, I think it's still gonna work. It could work depending your use case, of course. But a quick side note, just a reminder, this watch uses this kind of adapter where the lug of the watch is not on the hard case but on this adapter over here. And I've seen cases where they breaks, especially on this GA2300 model. Somehow prefer this, and if you abuse this, I don't know what happened because it's smaller, I think, I don't know, this thing could break over here, and when it does break, there's no replacing it and your watch is pretty much useless. Unlike normal GShock, I don't know what's going on because the material different or what, they aren't easily breakable, this part over here, because this one uses different material, it could break, so keep that in mind. If you're planning to abuse this thing, I wouldn't recommend it unless you picked up this version, GAB001, because the watch band and bezel literally blend together with the hard case. This is the strongest format or structure wise on a GShock at this price point. If you want to go further, you have to grab the Master of G model. But at this range, this is one of the best design for toughness. Okay, if you want to abuse your watch, this is it. This is the guy. Choose any color that you like. Except I think this one looks really cool. Next up, well, let's cover December model because I haven't talked about those as well. So let's just run through all of them together. GSDB 400CX, black, silver, basic stuff, gold accents. Though I would prefer them to release the GSDB 600, but a 400 series works just fine as well. It is where it is. I'm just gonna skip through that. Next up, we have one of these 5 models. Alright, this is the best one. DW5000. I have an issue with this, which I'll talk about afterwards. Let's focus on the rest first. DW5600, 6900, 110, 2100 RL. This 5 GShock watch is the OG, the real OG. If you own a GShock watch collection, I showed you guys my GShock watch collection before. Look at all these models that I have in front of me. Check the video. I have plenty of GShock watches. If you own any GShock watch collection at all, chances are you started up your watch hobby, your watch collection with one of these 5 models. Me personally, I started mine here with this guy, 110 series model. Some people, most of you I think, started up with the 5000 or 5600 series. Maybe if you were born in the 90s, 1600 series or 6600 series. If you are the Gen Z, the millennial these days, perhaps 2100 series. This is the new addition to the family. There used to be only 4, but this one is the new guy. This watch had been so popular. Well, I mean, a lot of GShock collector will be born just from this thing alone, and Cass are really looking forward to that for sure. Now, maybe this is just all this model is just to celebrate that point. So maybe if you used to own of this, now you could pick them up again with a brand new updated movement. So that's good. My problem with this DW5000 art is that they say, so look at that, they even show the hard case of the watch that comes. I have one over here, for example. This is 5700 series, released way back in the 80s, 90s, I think. It looks the same. It has the same design and everything, but they even show it down here. The idea is that to re-release this thing again today with updated movement, updated circuit board, better display, better everything. But if you look at the description, they say they increase the size from 41.6 to 42.3, which really make me mad. That's totally unnecessary, especially if you look today on the modern circuit board where everything could be even compacted further. There's no need to make the watch smaller. Alright, this is the movement. I already removed, take it out of the box. Look at that, I break it down apart, everything in here. This is how the movement looks like back then, at least for this 5700 series, but it's still the same thing, same idea here. Alright, the updated movement, look at that. Back then we only have orange LED, now we have white LED, far brighter, good. But there's no need to increase the size, because now let's say you buy one of these and you also have this vintage version in your hand, you cannot swap the parts from here and here at all. This is just not compatible because the size different down here. I don't know why they do this. They could just maintain the same sizing, or at least if you want to change things up, make it smaller. They could do that, right? But why increase the size? I'm so pissed at that. The rest is good. The strap is exactly the same. The design is exactly the same. Why increase the size, man? I just don't get it. Aside from the fact that they are selling the bezel, this one around $100, and they don't want to disturb the market. So there is a brand new one. They say that it is a new or reborn, but it's not. It's not the same thing, guys. So yeah, that's my problem with it. Alright, next up, I believe this is the last one released, MRGB 2100R, a watch for the common man. 55,000 Japanese yen. It is still expensive, but it is cheaper than the bracelet version. Check this out. If you have one on bracelet, look at that. Notice the price increase. Change it up to resin, notice that. Most of the cost is on the strap. Well, not most, but you get the point. The strap on a GShock is insanely expensive, ridiculous. But regardless, stop complaining. I love the colorway on this thing. Blue, black, resin strap, and especially the blue on this angle here, look at that. That accent is so cool, especially on metal. Look at that. Alright, everything is pretty basic. The function works really basics. Now, one other thing I need to point out though. I wish Casio released more of this so that they could flood the market and the price would drop, but only then I could afford it. It is too high, I apologize. I wish I could get this on hand to make a review video, but you're not going to be seeing it on the channel anytime soon. But there's plenty of other videos about this watch already, so that would do it. Now, I think I already covered every single GShock that will be coming out and already came out on December. But other thing, just need to highlight, a quick side note, there's no Pro Track, no interface, no Shin model at all, but we do have on this Casio Japan website, look at that, a new section called the Casio Ring Watch. Alright, now that we have this new segment, so far there's only one model. I have a feeling due to how popular this thing is, this is as popular as when the Casio came out. It's just insane. But because of that as well, I have a feeling Casio, will be releasing plenty more of this. They already like a gold version rumors to come out as well, so there's that. And I'm looking forward for them to flood the market with this thing so that I could finally get one. And I wish Casio released one of these, perhaps on a traditional Frogman form format, because the function is not as complicated. It is so basic. Both of them have a basic function. I'm looking forward for Casio to do that. I mean, the watch itself is small. The casing is the one that takes up all the space around it, so it is still okay to make one of these. I think it could fit. Anyways, just me rambling, me yapping. Looking forward to get one of these, man. I haven't get one of these yet. Maybe I'll try. But the rest of the GShock watch will be coming out in January, will coming later to the end of the month. And by the time the watch already released, February new release GShock also will be announced as well. So we're looking forward to that, and then I'll decide which one I would actually be getting to review on the channel. But until then, hope you guys learned something from the video from me yapping for about 15 minutes or so. This is GShock High Fashion Channel, and